there is fire on the mountain, and nobody seems to be on the run. Oh, there is fire on the mountain top, and no one is running. I wake up in the morning, tell you what I see on my TV screen. I see the blood of an innocent child, and everybody's wild.
Albany State University Black Alliance, National Association, Amnesty International, Minority Association of American Students, Muslim Student Association, African Student Association, Psychopathic Organization, and most importantly, the University At Albany Community. It is really a beautiful scene to see all of us here standing together. It is a beautiful scene to be soon walking together, and even more beautiful scene to be standing together, because united we stand. Just days ago, we were here marching for sexual violence awareness. More than 200 black girls in Nigeria are kidnapped, and the world does nothing. Just a week ago, we were marching through Albany, working to cure gun violence. More than 200 black girls in Nigeria are still missing, and the world does nothing. Just a month ago, we were here also marching. More than 200 black girls in Nigeria are missing, and the world does nothing. Just a year ago, we were marching in New York City for the stop and frisk. More than 200 girls in Nigeria are missing, and the world does nothing. Just 2 years ago, we stood here together again, marching for Trayvon Martin. More than 200 black girls in Nigeria are missing, and the world does nothing. Just 50 years ago, our forefathers and mothers marched to Washington, D.C. for our civil rights. More than 200 black girls in Nigeria are missing, and the world does nothing. The march. There's something symbolic about marching, the unity of the people, the power of many voices united. More than 200 girls in Nigeria are missing, and the world does nothing. We stand here for Nigeria, for the world, and most importantly for us. More than 200 girls are missing in Nigeria, and the world does nothing. We didn't make this world. It was given to us this way. We inherited both the good and the bad. However, now it is up to us. It is up to the generation of motivated, educated, and conscious brothers and sisters to fix this world. Things should never be the same. Once we stand up together, it is time for us to make changes. More than 200 girls in Nigeria are missing, and the world does nothing. Now we have to promote justice and peace throughout the world. And I say, power to the people. And now I'd like to welcome Chichi, African Association President.
We are not here to discuss the stories or jump to conclusions, but we are here because there are families without daughters, there are families without sisters, and there are families without wives. We are not here to criticize the Nigerian government, although some of us may want to, but what I do ask is that we become fully aware of what the issue is. There's more to the issue. It's more complicated than just the US or the UK infiltrating in Nigeria. But these girls, approximately 234, were abducted while they were in school sleeping in their dormitories by an Islamic terrorist group known as Boko Haram. Boko Haram means Western education is forbidden in the Hausa language in Nigeria. Boko Haram has been terrorizing Nigeria for over 5 years now. With their various bombings in churches and schools, they have really made their mark in Nigeria, to the point that it has left a gut-wrenching feeling in the pits of every Nigerian stomach. Especially with the latest news of the leader of Boko Haram talking about selling the women in markets, and it has honestly left a painful feeling in everybody's hearts. Although it's been slightly covered by Nigerian journalists stationed in Nigeria, Boko Haram's disruptive behavior in Nigeria has gotten very little media attention. But I am personally glad to say that the media attention has finally made its way to Nigeria, and justice is on its way. Not right now, but it will be there soon. I would like to thank all of you on behalf of all the organizers of this rally. Thank you very much. Without your help, the Albany community would not be able to be exposed to this issue. We are doing this for our daughters, our sisters, our wives, and most importantly, ourselves. So thank you very much for coming out. Umar will be leading in the walk around the campus. Thank you. After the march, we're going to have a few speeches from our various student groups, so please don't go home and just stay for the speeches. And also after the rally, please make sure that you fill out the petition that is right behind us. Thank you very much.
is fire on the mountain, and nobody seems to be on the run. Oh, there is fire on the mountain top, and no one is running. I wake up in the morning, tell you what I see on my TV screen. I see the blood of an innocent child, and everybody's watching. Now I'm looking out my window, and what do I see?
We need to save our girls. A crisis, there is a crisis everywhere. Bring back our girls. 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 Bring
She has a lover in that daddy. She can't tell nobody till she makes the Cleveland news. For there is fire on the mountain, and nobody seems to be on the run. Oh, there is fire on the mountain top, and
Very amazing. That was powerful. But now it's time for the community addresses, community speeches, and I would like to welcome the Director of Intercultural Student Engagement, Dr. Cole King.
Hold up. So I want to start off by making a correction. Just a little correction. 234 young women in Nigeria did not go missing. They're not missing. Okay? Missing is a passive word. Something that we use when we can't find our keys. Our keys are missing. Right? Can't find a sock. The one with the one blue stripe on it. These young women were stolen. They were abducted. I want you to take a moment. How many of you have someone in your lives that you love that's between the ages of 16 and 18? I'll show them here. Look around. So I want you to take a moment and think of that young lady. I want you to think of her sleeping in what she thought might be a safe environment. Then I want you to think about the noise and the fear that she felt as she realized that people were invading her private space. The fear that she felt as she was being dragged outside of that room, that bed. The fear that she felt as she was shoved into a car, a wagon, dragged away. And the fear that she feels 3 weeks later, realizing that no one seems to care. That's what we're here about today. Nobody's missing. People have been stolen. And as an African, that offends me. These young girls aren't missing. Young women were stolen. As a man, that offends me. These daughters are not missing. They were stolen. And as a father, that offends me. And as an offended African human father of a daughter I love, not a day is going to go by where I don't put a message out there through my social networks. How many of you have those? How many of you have those? You know, I've been seeing reality shows. I've been seeing 2 Point shot, screaming, insanity. I've been seeing all kinds of stuff. People got their awards, people get ready for finals week. All of that stuff is important. But I haven't really seen a lot of messages out there about these women who were stolen. So I'm offended. And for me, that means action. Are you offended?
Yes.
Are you offended?
Yes. Absolutely.
Are you horrified?
Yes.
Are you going to do something about it?
Yes.
So don't answer, don't tell me what that's going to be. Just do it. Thank you.
And up next, I'd like to welcome Temitope Amaladu, President of Sankofa African Organization.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for being here today. My name is Temitope Amaladin, and I'm speaking on behalf of Sankofa Africa Organization. We were asked to relate the issues going on in the Congo with the atrocities going on in Nigeria. Both issues are similar in that they are both considered to be crimes of humanity. The simple fact that women in the Congo are systematically raped and used as a weapon of war, and that 4,066 cases of sexual and gender-based violence, an equivalent of 45 rapes a day, were recorded within a 3-month span, is heartbreaking and demoralizing to hear, as is the fact that the bodies of 234 innocent schoolgirls were forcefully kidnapped by a group of unruly and heartless individuals. The voices of these women shall not be muted. Both these women and girls do not deserve to live in agony and despair. Their very waking moments shall not be deja vu of their worst nightmare. Justice shall prevail in both societies, where there is lack of peace and inequality. These girls in Nigeria are being bought and sold as child brides for as little as $12. Well, guess what? Their unalienable rights as human beings cannot be bought. Their rights to dream and aspire, as well as inspire, cannot be bought. Their rights to be happy and feel safe within their communities cannot be bought. Their civil liberties cannot be bought. Their rights to an education and prosperity cannot be bought. As the saying goes, when you educate a woman, you educate a nation. Ladies and gentlemen, you not only just do that, you empower, cultivate, and revitalize a nation. Collectively, we are one nation. A crisis in Congo or in Nigeria or anywhere else is a crisis everywhere. The movement does not stop here. Let's take down the thorns that seek to hinder progress in our societies by mobilizing and petitioning against the brutalities going on. We need to bring back our girls. Thank you.
Up next, I would like to call Paul Maps.
Hello students, my name is Paul and I'm representing the Minority Association of Pre-Health Students. As a student, as a fellow Nigerian, as a fellow human being. 20 days ago on the night of April 14, 2014, a jihadist terrorist group known as Boko Haram, which translates to Western education is a sin, broke into Chibok Secondary School in the northeastern region of Nigeria called Borno State. And they abducted over 200 females, young schoolgirls, between the age of 13 and 18. Over the course of recent days and weeks, we've learned that these girls might have been sold off or wedded off as wives, as maids, and as slaves. Boko Haram is not new by any means. They've actually been existing for over the past decade. They have terrorized the northern and southern part of Nigeria with bombings and innocent slaughterments. They're responsible for the carnage of over 10,000 innocent civilians throughout the entire nation. In fact, they're actually responsible for over 400 deaths this year alone. 29 of them are actually caused by, 29 of those 400 are males, boarding school students, males, who burned their lives in their dormitories in late February. I'm sure most of you guys probably never heard of that. The fact that this atrocity did not break the Western airwaves and media until late last week is actually disheartening. Today is about raising awareness and speaking on behalf of the world's most vulnerable, especially these young girls. These are future leaders, the doctors, future lawyers, future politicians. These are young girls, teenage girls, these are daughters and sisters, wives and maids, not wives, maids, or slaves. These are women and children have been core victims to extreme violence throughout the world. But enough is enough. It's time to put an end to this injustice. This is not a Nigerian problem, it's not a black or white problem, it's a world problem. And we're gathered here today not to ask for any financial support or to fundraise for any cause, but rather to render something louder that money cannot buy, our voices. It's imperative that we know that despite us not being from the same country, or the same ethnicity, or even sharing the same skin color, that we come together united as one community, as one human race, to spread the word or say a simple prayer. while also expressing our grievances and extending our sympathy to the families, the fathers, the mothers, the sisters, and the brothers. Let them know that we care, that we hear their cries, and to ask for the Nigerian government to accept international military aids, to work in collaboration, to bring back our girls, to bring back our girls, bring back our girls, bring back our girls.
And now I'd like to welcome Student Association President Francis Ajman.
I've been really upset lately since I had this message. You know, you can just sit down and imagine, you know, let's say being in America, being back home something, and you heard a call, you got a phone message that your sister who lives in school has been stolen. It could have happened to anyone. But you know, what the problem that I see is this. Like Mario touched on a couple recently. When 200 people got missing in the flight, the whole world was crying. You know, we had over 26 countries stepping in, you know, trying to help. What did they do? When you say, oh, we're working with the Nigerian government. No, they didn't work with no government. The problem is this. If we don't fight for us ourselves, if we don't wake up and go back home and do this, nobody's going to do it for us. They never loved us in the first place. Thank you.
Up next, I'd like to welcome Deja Almon, NAACP.
Clap it up, guys. I may not know y'all, but I need y'all. I just wanted to say that this event is the very same reason why I do social work. It's the very same reason why I've researched and assessed the needs of Black girls and Black women. It's the very same reason why I came here and joined the NAACP. The threats of injustice everywhere need to be attacked. I may not literally be Nigerian, but I am that girl. I am 234 of those girls. I am 234 of those girls with Black skin. I am 234 of those girls in a classroom. I am responsible for these girls. We are accountable for these girls. We have a social responsibility to fulfill. To be alone, abandoned, and neglected is disappointing. To be prolonged in the media for 2 weeks is disrespectful. To be downplayed as sold off instead of calling it like it is human trafficking is sickening. To be silent means to fail. To be silent means to fail. Be the change that you wish to see. Please sign the petition, mobilize, and let's do everything in our power to bring these girls justice. They may not be forgotten any longer. Thank you. And next we would like to call Ali Malik from the Muslim Student Association.
Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you all. My name is Ali. I'm the president of the Muslim Student Association. And I'm not going to stand up here and say that, try to defend my religion, Islam, because of whatever Boko Haram did to 234 girls. I've been doing that my whole life. I'm not going to defend that. This isn't a Muslim issue. This isn't a Nigerian issue. This isn't an African issue. I think it's a human rights issue. It's a human issue, hidden in each and every single one of us. And the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he said, when you see something you hate, fix it with your hands. Like we're doing right now. Fix it with your hands. Come together and fix it with your hands. If you can't fix it with your hands, then fix it with your tongue, with your mouth. Say something, speak up. Use your Facebook, your Twitter, tweet about it, speak up. And then if you can't even do that, then hate it in your heart, hate it right here. Because this is where the problem is, right here in the heart. If you can't hate it here, then you are the problem. You are the problem and you gotta hate it right here. That's what we all gotta do, at least hate it right here, and then we'll see some change. Thank you.
Next up, we would like to call Stella from the Haitian Student Association.
I I feel like everyone has something so moving to say, and I had something prepared, but I'm gonna let Melissa say what she has to say. But I just wanted to raise the question of what it is that we have to do to prove that we matter. I don't think that we should have to prove that we matter. I think that we should know in our hearts that we matter and know that they matter enough to come together. And I'm really grateful to see everyone here standing together to let the world know that they matter.
We are all standing here today as a part of the global call for action that has been ignited. We must raise awareness. We must raise awareness about the disastrous situation in Nigeria, not only because of the poor response by the Nigerian government to rescue the girls and to support their safe return to their families, but also because we want to bring attention to all the women all over the world who are being forced in the center of various conflicts. It is imperative that something is done to save our daughters. Together, let's bring our girls back home. Bring back our girls. Bring back our girls. Bring back our girls. Bring back our girls.
On behalf of my student, I'd like to welcome UAlbany Weekend.
Hello everyone, my name is UAlbany, and I'm a born Nigerian man. But I'm not staying here today letting that depict the reason why I'm here. See, as an individual, as a man, we as individuals, we stand here today as a unifying force, here to perpetuate the health and growth of our earth, Mother Earth. Because that is who we are. We do not let the color of our skin depict our mission. Because at the end of the day, what we are here for is to be the purpose for all people, for all mankind. One thing I tell people is that if you're not gonna do it for yourself, you better do it for your kids. And that's for sure, because you don't even know 20 years from now, that could be you. Would you like it? I think not. I think not. See, I was always taught that, in life, there's always gonna be obstacles. There's always gonna be many mistakes that you make, but you have a chance to let it either make you or break you. And we, as we can see here, we come together for the cause of letting this situation make us for the better, excuse me. So I'd just like to say, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta remember that our weapon of mass destruction is our voice. We must let our voice be heard, no matter the situation, no matter who stands before us, no matter what obstacle is before us. We together must stand and hold hands despite any of our emotions or feelings against anybody. We must stand together and hold hands and celebrate for the cause of Mother Earth. We stand here together in Mother Earth. This is our land. This is our people. Nigeria, this is my people. This is our people. I'm not just a man here just to be some type of activist. But I'm here because I feel it deep in my heart that this is our issue. This is our issue. We must realize that. Because I don't think a lot of people have. Honestly, the world hasn't. We talking about Donald Sterling when the main issue is we have 234 girls, maybe even more. Who knows? They could have told us a lie just to cover it up. But are you guys going to be the ones to take a stand and tell them that this is your people too? That this is your family, this is your daughters, this is your kids? Let them know that this is your purpose. Let them know that this is your mission. This is not no game. This is not no game, this is life. This is life, and that's real shit. This is life. This is my people, this is our people. We must stand together, we must take up the torch, and we must build. We must build. Bring back our girls. In unity, there is strength. That is a model that we as super live by. That's a model that we as people should live by. In unity, there is strength. Do what you feel is right. I'm not gonna ask you I'm not gonna ask you to go bring back our girls, but do what you feel is right. Do what your heart says. If you feel that is your mission, then you make it your mission. You do what you can. You don't gotta be part of no organization to lead the mission.
You do it yourselves. You cultivate mentorship within your children, within your society, within the communities that you live in. You tell them what is right and wrong. You guide them into the correct path. That is what you, as children of Mother Earth, should be doing. Stop the killing, stop the separating, stop the division. That is not going to do anything but cause hate and just pull us more into downfall. Bring back our girls. Bring back our girls, ladies and gentlemen.
Our final speaker is Christina at Caribbean.
Hi, everybody. Our group representative got called into work, so I don't actually have anything prepared, but as I stood and I listened to everyone speak, I looked around.
You can do it.
Just imagine, 234 people. Girls aside, look around. How many of us are there standing here? If all of us just up and disappeared one day, what would happen? How would your families feel? You have brothers, you have sisters, you have cousins, you have parents. What if no one was there to help them? What if no one cared? There are families that are missing their daughters, missing their sisters, missing their relatives, and no one's doing anything about it. It doesn't matter if it's in another country, it doesn't matter if it's on another continent, it doesn't matter where we are, what they look like. There are children missing. There are children being trafficked. There are children that no one is looking for, and it's all being covered up. We need to pay attention. And we need to know and understand that things like this happen, and the only way that they can come out to light is if we do our part to come together and to raise awareness. I don't know about any of you, but as we were walking, somebody stopped us and said, "What is this for?" No one should have to ask, "What is this for?" There are over 200 girls that got kidnapped, stolen in the middle of the night. And we still have to ask, what is this for? This should be plastered all over everything, like when the plane went missing. Why did they care about them, but they don't care about us? I'm glad to see everybody here today. And like Echo said, as long as we use what we have to talk to people and to tell people what's going on, then we can bring awareness to this situation and we can get what needs to be done to happen. We cannot stay silent about this, because the less we say, the more that goes unspoken. And no one has stepped up thus far to really do anything about this situation. So we have to keep making noise and keep telling people what's going on so that somebody somewhere will do something. There's so many of us here that care. There are probably so many more people that would care if they just knew what was going on. So it is our job to spread as much awareness until this gets resolved. Because these girls are just as scared as any of you would be if someone were to come through here right now and take you off. Think about it. Bring back our girls.
And last, I'd like to bring up Stanley of Frontier.
Real quick exercise, because everybody just do me a favor and take your hand and place it over your mouth. Forcefully. And now try and scream. Try it. It's hard, isn't it? Nobody can really hear you. So just imagine if that was you when you're being taken away. And I like how everybody's saying that this is not just a Nigerian issue, it's not just an African issue, it's our issue. I'm president of Fuerza Latina, and one of the big issues that we face is immigration reform every day. Just imagine every single day how little kids have their mouths covered to stay shut when their parents are being taken away. Think how a mom is being silenced because her kid just got shot on the streets, inner city streets. Think about that. When a hand is covering your mouth and not allowing you to speak. Keep your hands where they on your mouth. Keep them there. Think about how here on this campus, our students try to organize and people try to keep us shut, trying to scream. How students are asking for our departments to get funded and they keep us shut when we try to scream. So the moral of this story is, keep your hand where it is. Keep your mouth. I see you, come on. There's a purpose to this. The moral of this story is that we are the ones silencing ourselves. So take that hand off your mouth, put it into the air, make a fist, and join me in saying, save our girls. Save our girls. Save our girls. Thank you.
Save our girls. Before we close up the speeches, we have one last speech by Moya Sori Pitin, representing the African Student Association.
I just wanted to mention that kidnappings in the United States is not the same as it is in Nigeria. I came from Nigeria 4 years ago, and I know what kidnapping is where I'm from. I've woken up in the morning and I'm driving by just down the street from my house and I see dead bodies. So I know, we have Christians and Muslims here, but if you're a Christian, whatever you live in, just pray for these girls. Don't worry about the rallies. Prayer is all we need right now. Pray that these girls are not gonna die. Because kidnappings here and ransoms, that's not what it is in Nigeria. They take dead bodies to do whatever it is that they do. It's just prayer. Everybody just, if you don't know how to pray, you can Google it. Pray for these girls. They're too young. They marry girls to grown old men. That's all I have to say. Just pray for them. Just pray for them. That's it. Don't worry about Facebook and Twitter, because that's not gonna do anything. Prayer. If you pray for these girls, God knows what happens. I was telling my boy Lekon, I got kidnapped once when I was like 17. Man, I don't know why I got released. I just knew that my mom's a pastor and I believe that God did not want me to just die. So pray for these girls, and social media is not gonna do anything. If you don't pray and you put it on Twitter, God is not gonna look at your tweets and do his job. Pray for them, because they're just gonna die like water, and 234 is gonna be negative 234 out here. So just pray for them, and hopefully, we hear something. Thank you.
Thank you guys for coming out. We really appreciate your support. But as all of our speeches have been saying, this is not only an African issue. It's not a Nigerian issue like everyone has been saying. But let this not be the last time we talk about this, because there has been in the past when we had to deal with the Coney 2012, and we dealt with the Congo, and we dealt with South Sudan, we stopped talking about it. This is not an issue. Issues that go on in this world is not something that you just talk about quickly and you let go. So please make sure that this becomes a topic of discussion. Just as much as we can talk about Donald Sterling and we can talk about the graduation parties and what's going on this weekend, this should also be a topic of conversation, because if it was one of us, I'm sure people would be making noise and our family members would be doing the best thing they can to get us out. So thank you guys for coming out. We appreciate all your love, all your support, and please keep these girls in your prayers. Thank you.
Sign the petition over there, and I'd like to everyone just please take out your phones, go to Google or whatever, or share whatever the flyer, share anything that you have that pertains to this story. Just share. Information is key. Share. I'm sure everyone will be on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. Just tweet whatever. See how many people are here? It's like more than 100 people. Instagram that. Just show that we care. Probably another university might take the chance and be like, we want to do it in our university too. So, you could be the change. So just use what you have. And thank you guys for coming out again. This was